Happy Halloween trick-or-treating, thanks to Jerry Jones. I have to say, I'm happy to see Cooper Beebe back out on the field. He's actually dressed up as Nacho Libre. That's the funniest shit I've seen all day, and definitely worth a good laugh. I'm happy to report that today, Leo had mercy on me today, okay? Leo is constantly sending me Instagram posts and all this stuff. He's the one who sent me the Sesame Street, letter of the day being L. Today, he decided to give me a laugh by sending me a Commanders one, okay? So making fun of the Commanders. So I appreciate that Leo, that you looking out for a brother, because I've been melting down. It's been hard out here, man. It's been hard out here for a pimp. So we have so many self-inflicted wounds being a Dallas Cowboy. And Jerry Jones seemingly, I doubt that it actually makes any difference, because Jerry Jones has the FU money. And that meaning that I have much money that FU, okay? There's nothing you can do about it. I'm going to go ahead and poop on you, and there's nothing you can do about it, because in essence, that's what he's kind of been doing for 30 years. Trying to tell us that nobody works harder than he does at trying to be, GM, doing the contracts and the players, that he knows better than everybody else. When it's really a part-time gig, and he is about 24 years older than the next oldest person who's doing the GM job as their only job, full-time. Yeah. But I think this time, Jerry crossed the Rubicon by saying that, and people misunderstood. When I first read it, I misunderstood it too, because he said it's $100 billion industry out there and it's payday. He meant that the valuation of the gas industry, natural gas industry and stuff, is $100 billion. Not that his company is worth $100 billion. Because quite frankly, if it was worth $100 billion, I guess, you would say, it's okay to say F the Cowboys for $100 billion. But I think for Jerry, it's the thrill of the game. It's because he took a risk when nobody else did with Comstock in these deep wells, that now he's looking like, oh my God, you were so right. I think that was the same thing with the Cowboys, buying them when they were, a dreaded franchise that was losing $2 million a month, that now they're the most valuable one, and the thrill is gone in having it. It's now just maintaining it. That's not the excitement or the newness of turning it around. You see what I'm saying? And so that's where I think this oil and well venture, as well as like when he does the real estate development, that's the fix that he needs. That's the adrenaline. That's the drug of choice of making that money. That's, you understand? He's an addict to that. But being there with the Cowboys, there's not much else he can do to make them make more money, except maybe win a Super Bowl. But that pales in comparison to the newness of something else. So that's where I think you need to get into the psyche of what Jerry Jones is about. And we all live for the thrill of something, whether it's getting high or getting drunk or having sex or going fishing. Everybody needs that adrenaline rush. Okay. Here's the problem now, is Jerry Jones needing a fix is affecting what happens with the Dallas Cowboys. Because now we've gotten to the point where Dak was asked about that yesterday and kind of put on blast. I mean, he can't go through and said, people can't really say what they really feel, because Jerry Jones has put that out there. I don't expect people I pay to question what I do. So you're on a very short leash and how to answer these questions. And Dak Prescott was kind of like, it doesn't sound good, but maybe it was just like a 5-minute thing. I'll be back in 5 minutes or something. And he tried to clean it up. But when we have these distractions, and now, you've got Brian Schottenheimer, who is the coach, who's probably looking and thinking, Jerry, you gave me this idiot, Matt Eberflus, and it probably would have been okay if you gave Matt Eberflus the kind of personnel that he needs to succeed. Now, I want you to keep in mind here, Jerry Jones is the guy who picked Matt Eberflus. And so the excuse is going to be, well, you got rid of Micah Parsons, okay? And you let go DeMarcus Lawrence. And I don't have the right kind of guys to run my system. So it'll be, I think Matt Eberflus will be back next year. Because that's the mistake that Jerry Jones made, and he's not going to want to admit that he made a mistake hiring Matt Eberflus. And that's exactly what it will be now that the cat's out of the bag, that's the guy that Jerry Jones wanted. Yeah. I don't know how long Matt Eberflus's contract is. We also know Jerry Jones doesn't want to pay somebody not to coach. So yes, it may be bad news that Matt Eberflus is not going anywhere. But now to have Schottenheimer have to answer the question, Dak Prescott having to answer the question of, what do you think about what Jerry Jones said? What they're probably thinking is, yeah, it's some bullshit. It'd be nice if we had somebody who was here, who was doing things like Howie Roseman, bringing in talent, Here it is, Brian Schottenheimer's like, my main thing is making sure the offense performs and being the head coach in the face of the franchise. I'm doing that rather well. But the guy you forced down my throat with the defense that you left me with, this badass kid that I really want to whip because this child is bad, he's the parent. He's the parent. So, yeah. Jerry Jones is hamstringing Brian Schottenheimer. Again, just like he does with every coach. I don't know where it ends, people. I really don't. But it is what it is. We can choose not to be a Cowboy fan, and maybe DMV was 100% right. Or we got to live with it and understand, this is as good as it's going to get. Have a great day, good people, and Eagle fans.